In this video, you'll learn how to place an order for an ECG from Firstnet, how to locate an ECG order on an ECG machine and transmit the ECG into eCARE. You'll learn how to review an ECG in eCARE, including the use of the magnify, caliper and compare tools. I'm in Firstnet, viewing launch point, and you will see there are a number of icons under the ECG column telling the progress of ECGs for various patients. Hovering on the icon explains the current status of any ECGs requested. If the column is blank, then no ECG has yet been requested. Clicking in this column in the appropriate row for your patient will open the ordering window for you to request an ECG. Simply tick, sign and close, and your ECG will be ordered. The icon on launch point will update appropriately. To take an ECG for a patient in the emergency department, we need to change the location to ED. You probably won't have this many locations on your actual ECG machine. If we can't see the order, then we should press synchronize, and this should bring across the order so that we can now see the patient on the work list, select them, enter your name, and you're now ready to take the ECG as usual. Once you're happy with the trace, press ECG to accept, and then the transmit button to send the trace into eCARE. Back in launch point, you will see that the status of the ECG icon will change to indicate that the ECG has been completed. Clicking on the icon will take you to the ECG, which can be opened by selecting ECG. Having viewed the ECG, closing this window will return you to the ordering section of launch point, where if necessary it's very easy to reorder a further ECG. Again, the icon in the ECG column will update appropriately.
Interpret and sign in an ECG. So you need to navigate to the ECG study from wherever feels appropriate. I'm currently here in Results and Review, ECG tab, and you'll see the recently returned ECG shown as completed. I can either access it through my workflow end pages. I'm currently on the progress note, and you'll note one of your components, diagnostics, and locate the ECG. Where you see that hyperlink, the study will open. So you have here patient profile that you can access. I'm just going to pin that back. And the first tab at the top is views, and you will note we're on the 12 lead ECG view. We've got tab sign and close, you can save and close, and mark the ECG up as either none, abnormal or critical. These dates and times are other studies that have been returned to requests. Okay, giving dates and times, which then allows us to compare one study to another. Below you've got your tab interpretation, which is here. A tab for history. We've got these arrows that drop down. This information is from the ECG machine. I can move that study up to give me a larger window. So here down the right hand side we've got settings, so I can change my settings. Print icon. You'll see this icon when there's historic studies and the magnifying glass. So if I move my mouse from one measurement to another, it will give me the details. I can right click over these and remove all calipers. I can measure one to the other, right click on my mouse and select march out. So if this wasn't acceptable, you can type in using the keywords, which will give you a selection. Or you can just text in. If I wanted to compare this current ECG to the one just previously done, I can click on the button compare. This compares this for me. I can actually move this out of my way. And I've just clicked on that history button that's just removed that comparing one from the other, or I might want to check it against this one. Right, so when I'm ready and I'm happy, I could save and close if I wasn't yet ready to sign the document, but otherwise I click on sign and close. If I were to refresh, and you'll see my ECG I just accessed is now being authorised and verified, and if that study is now opened, you'll note that it can no longer be edited from the patient record. I'm going to just close this down. Again, if I was to return to my results and review, and you'll note this has now been signed, and that's how to interpret and sign an ECG.